Welcome to the Red Room, and welcome to my CD release. I'm so excited. Oh, the piano went off. I'm so excited that there you go, works. That you all turned up, and there's so many friends in this room, people who drove down from New York, people came from all over the place. And I have a lovely gang who's going to join me, and we're going to do all the songs from the new album, but we're going to start off with this one, because just to get us warmed up, because summer is here. Summer is here. You are very clever. It's a Tuesday just before the mayhem arrives. So relish this feeling. Soon a circus is going to arrive on Commercial Street. There we go. And you know, a circus can be defined in many ways. And this song of mine was written when I babysat for my friend Dwight and Jessica, their children. They had twins. And many of you know, who's seen me play before? Yeah. Well, you know my story about Clementine and Harriet, the twins that I went and babysat when they were 1 year old. Auntie Zoe turned up, and I was excited to see them, and there were the proud parents, and I said, look how lovely they are. And they said, here, take them. We're going out. And they left me with Clementine and Harriet for 8 hours. So I tried doing all sorts of things. I bounced them, I sang to them, I did all sorts of things, and I put them at the piano, and they played with their little fingers. And then there was like 7.5 hours left. So that's when I realized I had my plate juggling act with me. So for 7.5 hours I did this. And they liked it when I played the piano with the stick, and I wrote this little song. I have Roxanne Layton here on my right. I have Kate Wolf on my left. I have Liam Hogue over there on the drums. Welcome to the circus alive. Welcome to the circus, yeah, the circus alive. 'Cause we're born and then we die, but there's a lot of living in between, so please don't wait to grab it by the horns. Spin around in circles like that play. Welcome to the circus, yeah, the circus alive. Da, 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 da. Welcome to the circus, yeah, the circus alive. So small, so loud. Ever since you came to earth, there's been no sleep. You two are one of the finest double acts that a girl could meet. Welcome to the circus, yeah, the circus alive. Welcome to the circus, yeah, the circus alive. Everybody sing! La la la, come on! La la la, la la la, la 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 la, la 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 la. 'Cause up on the high wire, well, everything's tiny. Elephants and acrobats, trombones and trampolines. It's a delicate balance, but you can go flying. Jugglers and hula hoops, top hats and tambourines. So it was going very well. I changed diapers, which was interesting. And they were meant to show signs of sleepiness, but they didn't. So I had to do more plate juggling. Band, keep it going. And everybody help me. All right. Put your hands together. Hey. Thank you. You're VIPs, you're very in a dangerous spot. Welcome to the circus, yeah, the circus of life. 'Cause we're born and then we die, but there's a lot of living in between. So please don't wait to grab it by the horn. Spin around in circles like those plates. Welcome to the circus. Welcome to the circus. Welcome to the circus of life. All right, you know that one. But now we have you warmed up. And we have another person join us on stage. This is the incredible Chandler Travis. Chandler is the sexy, sultry voice on my CD that backs me up. He is also king of the world, king of Cape Cod. You've been playing with the incredible Casuals since back in 1822. And then you've been playing with the Philharmonic since when?
1823.
Thank you. And yeah, he plays, are you at Thursdays outside Bubblers?
That's right.
I mean, for years we've been going inside Bubblers to watch. He's a brilliant songwriter, a brilliant musician, and I am honored to have you on stage and on my album every Thursday at Bubblers, 9 o'clock or thereafter.
Yes, we've been evacuating Bubblers for over 20 years
Yeah.
now.
But just keep on going, keep on going. You've got to just keep on going. One day, Chandler, you'll make it. 'Cause sometimes life is very, very hard. Too many things going on in your backyard. Too much on your plate, your head's exploding. Eggs in your basket need unloading. Bitten off way more than you can chew. Wondering how you'll ever get through. Scar on the camel's back is pretty thin, but a voice in your head says don't give in. Just one foot after the other, one step at a time. Jump through each hoop as it's put in front of you, and you'll be fine. Hold on to your horses, and eventually, if you keep on going, you'll be just where you're meant to be. Trouble makes you a heavy-headed soul. You can't climb out of the big black hole at the end of the tunnel. Shining light, I tell you all is gonna be alright. When your London Bridge is falling down, you can save yourself before you drown. Keep on swimming, that's the trick. Build it up again, brick by brick. Just one foot after the other, one step at a time. Jump through each hoop as it's put in front of you, and you'll be fine. Hold on to your horses, and eventually, if you keep on going, you'll be just where you're meant to be. wheels, there'll be engines all aflame. Just ride it through. In your fire, overwhelmed and up to your ears, pile of things to do gets higher. You can dry away your tears and start now, not tomorrow. You don't have to be Superman. You can make it up that mountain. I know you can, just one foot after the other, one step at a time. Jump through each hoop as it's put in front of you, and you'll be fine. Hold on to your horses, and eventually, if you keep on going, you'll be just where you're meant to be. For Roxanne then. Can you hear everything okay? Good. Yay! All right. It's an evening full of friends, and here we have the lovely Tom Leidenfrost, who's just turned up from Spain. He just walked the whole Camino trail. And he carried his accordion the whole way. I'm going to do it one day. I'm going to take my harmonica. So that's one step at a time. Look, the little boy climbing up, or the little girl. But can you show the next slide? Because the next slide is me in Greece, by the Aphrodite Hotel. Because I got a writer's residency, you see, in Greece. And on this little island called Paros. And I flew there, and it was all night, and got to Athens. And then I flew to Paros, and then my friend, who's a seaweed sculptress, Dimitra. I met 800 people called Dimitri and Dimitra there. But Dimitra, she's my dear friend. I met her at another writing residency in Key West, and she gets very passionate, Zoe, about the seaweed. I love it, dried seaweed or roots. I can make a beautiful thing. This root doesn't speak to me, but this one, oh my God. So anyway, we had some wine together in Key West, and I was totally on her plane too. And anyway, so she started saying, you should come one day to my island. Well, during the pandemic, she started an artist residency there. And I was invited to go. And my gosh, it was like a dream. And it was off-season, I realized. I went in April, and it was off-season. All the tourists weren't there yet. And the cafes were just opening. And I would go and see Dimitri in the cafe. She had 28 cousins, by the way. And they owned all the different establishments, and they gave me discounts. So, let me just check this. Anyway, to cut a long story, I had a blast, and I've just invested. I just turned 60, and I got one of these. I've had a flip phone all my life. But I like the Bird app on this. But when I was in Greece, I didn't have one. And I realized people don't give you maps anymore. little tourist maps. Excuse me, is there a map of Paris? Oh no, Paros it was called. No, you have to do it on your phone. Not my phone. So I was getting lost all the time. But getting lost is beautiful, is it not? I found all magic places. I came home when it was nightfall. I didn't know, especially the first day, I was so jet-lagged. I was like, how do I get home? And I came to that Aphrodite hotel, and I was like, okay, that's a landmark. That will get me home. I wrote this song to help me get home. I'm a dot on the map in the middle of the world, always being a ragamuffin girl. Here I go again, chasing after dreams. Morning's noon and the noon is night, and all the houses here are blue and white, and the ocean shines with stars and the moonlight beams. And if you want to find me, I left a trail behind me. I hope you'll catch me up, can't you tell? So just follow the red dirt road, go by the ancient olive grove, and turn left at the Aphrodite Hotel. Aphrodite, Aphrodite, at the Aphrodite Hotel. It's off-season in this tourist town. The summer houses have their shutters down and the cafe's open, so I grab myself a chair. I got fish on my plate, cats at my feet, wine in my belly, and I'm almost complete. But you're not there. But if you want to find me, I left a trail behind me. I hope you'll catch me up, can't you tell? So just follow the red dirt road, go by the ancient olive grove, and turn left at the Aphrodite Hotel. Everybody sing, Aphrodite, Aphrodite. I turn left at the Aphrodite Hotel. The washing's blowing in the breeze, and I smell the sage and the lemon trees on a hilltop with a perfect view. Underneath these April skies, the old man with a kindly eye said, I wish things wouldn't change, but they do. They always do. Give it up for those two solos. And I heard stories of cuttlefish bones, of winding streets full of cobblestones, of the octopus and the yellow butterfly. My seaweed friend, she told it true. The only thing you gotta do is sit here and sing to the sky. And if you wanna find me, I left a trail behind me. I hope you'll catch me up, can't you tell? So just follow the red dirt road, go by the ancient olive grove, and turn left at the Aphrodite Hotel. Everybody say, Aphrodite, Aphrodite. Turn left at the Aphrodite Hotel. Aphrodite, Aphrodite. Turn left at the Aphrodite Hotel. needs a map? Thank you. Give it up for Tom on the accordion. Beautiful playing. I must say it's really nice to have Kate here too, doing all the harmonies. Kate on the bass, she just turned up from Seattle. By the way, I love you all. So let's see the next slide, because the next one, is Alona Royce Smithkin. For those of you who don't know her, she made it to 101. She was the eyelash lady. She used to cut her hair and stick it on her eyelashes. And we did shows together, the Eyelash Cabaret anyway. She was great inspiration to me. And when she died, she had a lot of things. When you're in 101, you accumulate. I mean, I have quite a lot now. I think you spend your first 50 years collecting and the second 50 trying to get rid of it. So every time I'd go there, she'd try and get rid of it. She'd send me home with feather earrings. You see, I always wear feather earrings. She'd send us off with all sorts of things. The cigarette girl did quite well. But she was an artist in town. For those of you who don't know, she would paint people's eyes. She painted Tennessee Williams portraits. She painted Bobby Short. She painted Eugene O'Neill, the Kennedy children, all sorts. And if she liked you, you'd go up into her little apartment and she'd look into your eye. And she'd just stare and see into your soul. And she'd paint you. In fact, in the middle of the Blink album, there's a picture she took of my eye. It's wild looking at a lady with long eyelashes just staring at you. It was like a hypnosis session, or therapy, or, I don't know, a fortune telling. A lot of things. It makes you cry, looking straight into someone's eye. And I asked her questions because I felt a bit uncomfortable. I was like, tell me about yourself. And she's like, it's all about you right now. Tell me about you. And I was like, but she painted me in that eye. And when she died, there was a lot of stuff being given away in her little apartment, and I'd go up and people were like, take what you want. It's strange to take what you want. I got a couple of feather boas, gave them to the cigarette girl. The drag queens were in. She's a very little lady, so they were only little drag queens. But, and then, she'd always say, darling, would you like a vodka when I'd go and visit her? And I'm like, yes, please. And she would give me a vodka in a little thimble, poured by a blue bottle, and I would drink it, and I wouldn't feel tipsy at all. And she's like, would you like another? And I'm like, yes, please. I'd have 5, and I could ride on my bike home, no problem. Look what I got. When I went in there, I got these 2 little things. I had to cross my legs when I... Things. I have a spoon of my mother's. She fed me with it when I was a little girl. These magic things bring back the memories, souvenirs, souvient in French. I'm climbing the crooked old stairs to your door. It's slightly ajar, just like always before. I'm gently caressed by a breeze from the sea. The sunbeams are dancing where you used to be, and the magic is lingering on in this room. The flowers have dried, but maintain your perfume. Box up these treasures now, you've spread your wings. 100 years wrapped up in all these things, and there's green velvet cushions on miniature chairs, piles of old canvases, poppies and pears, pink chiffon scarves and bottles of blue. These souvenirs all remind me of you. I stand by the window and painted it differently every day. Thunderstorm blue or a bright cloudy sky. Sit still, my dear, as I capture your eye. And so many stories remain in this place, bearing my soul as you look in my face. Box up these treasures now, you've spread your wings. 100 years wrapped up in all these things. And there's easels and paintbrushes, pencils and pots, old magazines and broken down clocks, thimbles for vodka, bottles of blue. These souvenirs all remind me of you. Merci. All right, let's have another special guest. I think it's time for Parker to come on stage. This is Parker Ousley. He's the most incredible cello player. He's the most adorable gentleman, too. He works at Cohee Coffee, and you can find him on the pop-up of Cohee Coffee. And you can go in and say, wow, you play cello brilliantly. Now, you know, I like to capture the stories. So, you know, as well as Alona, Provincetown is full of amazing, wonderful characters. You know, the first year you come here, you party on the street. The second year, you party on the street. And then you start to be like, oh, I think I'll go and look at the nature. And then you go to the nature. And then you start going to the art galleries on Fridays. And then you start finding the writers. And you go to Provincetown magazine. I mean, you go to the art magazine functions. Then you find, what do you find? Then you find the mushroomers. And you find all the artists. You find the layers. In the winter, you find the layers because you just go to the post office. I used to get all my gigs in the post office. I'd try and, you know, back in the day I could never get a gig, and I'd walk in and then everyone I needed was lined up. Can I play at your place? Can I play at your place, please? Anyway, so, but I was lucky enough to meet this artist. He's English. I was looking at, I was going up Court Street once, and there was I found a caterpillar on a leaf, and it was a beautiful caterpillar, and I didn't know what kind of caterpillar it was. And this old man came by, and he had caterpillars for eyebrows. He was one of them. So I thought, I'll ask him. And he looked knowledgeable. And of course, he knew exactly what kind of caterpillar it was. And he was English, and we became fast friends. Peter Hutchinson, he lives in a small cabin just round the corner from me. He's a really famous earth artist. He's precursor to Andy Goldsworthy. If you know him, he knew Dennis Oppenheimer. It's a whole nother genre of people, but his work's in the Pompidou Center in Paris. It's all over Germany. And Peter Hutchinson is a dear friend of mine, and I love him because he's now 90, I don't know, 95. And once I went round and I sat on his bed, and it was very hard. It had like wood underneath it. And then underneath the pillow, he had a log. He likes a hard bed. It's just him and his cat. He's quite happy. He has an amazing garden. And of all, I mean, you know, some would call it weeds. But he knows every name for everything. And he's like a boy still. He's curious. He's always making art. Every single day he's in his little studio creating. I want to be like him. And anyway, this is my song for Peter. It's just him and his cat, really. I was going to tell you something else. What was I going to tell you? Oh, well. He was friends with, he did very well friends in Paris with all the artists. There he is. knows how I love when the rain flows. All I can do is experience blue. Mushrooms, monarchs and weeds, maples I started from seed. These are my friends, here till the end. I sold many pieces. I even got to befriend the Matisses. And in New York I was part of a colorful scene. But how I miss the green. Tulips and daffodils grow where they land. Me and the cat, we think about that. Somewhere under my skin, always a foreigner, hard to fit in. But it's magic you find with a curious, curious mind. Give it up for these two, Roxanne and Parker on the cello. And Peter. Now, Peter, the thing I forgot to tell you was thrown rope randomly planned. Tulips and daffodils grow where they land. He used to throw rope, and wherever it would land, they would plant bulbs. It would be random. And, you know, he would go and people would pay him to do this. And then he got older, and then his arm didn't work so well. So then people would fly him in, and then he would say, well, you throw it, and I'll agree where it lands. So, and then he'd get paid for it. And then he got older, and then he didn't even want to travel anymore. So people would throw the rope, send a picture, and he'd go, I like that one, and then he'd get paid for it. So I was like, I would like your job. I'm taking you through a strange journey. You know, I have friends here that I know from Mexico, and anyone else that I know from Puerto Vallarta out there? Every winter I play, yay, thank you for coming. Every winter I play in Puerto Vallarta. It's just great. And I have stayed longer season before. And it gets very hot. Last week I played the Kerrville Folk Festival in Texas. It was very, very, very hot. And we were praying for rain. I found this lovely poem. It was written at the same time as The Incredible Casuals in 1822. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. How beautiful is the rain after the dust and heat, in the broad and fiery street, in the narrow lane. How beautiful is the rain. How it clatters along the roofs like a tramp of hooves. How it gashes and struggles out from the throat of the overflowing spout. I was thinking about the rain in Mexico when I was there one June, and it gets even hotter. And actually, was playing this last season in Mexico with a bunch of local musicians. Come on, guys, let's do this one justice. It's hotter than a jalapeno. Sidewalk sizzle, then the cats stay in. Summertime in Mexico has got me crawling out of my skin. An iridescent crackle chatters to the cars in a dusty road. Even the giant banyan prays for the clouds to explode. But when the rain comes, the smoky air is sweet. When the rain comes, they're dancing in the street. When the rain comes, every single leaf can breathe again. Here comes the rain. Of thunder, mosquito buzzes in a flash of light. Rooftop howls in anticipation, keeps me from my dreams tonight. Sweat glistens like stars in the moonlight. In the shadows there's a breathless lullaby. I think I heard the thirsty earth just call out to the sky. But when the rain washes all things clean, when the rain comes, browns turn into green. When the rain comes, the city feels serene again. Here comes the rain. Get your umbrella and tilt back your head. Open your mouth and take a sip. Rivers are flowing into the sea. Littlest children take a dip. The jungle is sighing, the traffic is stopped. Mangoes are falling full and ripe. On the horizon shines a stunning rim of light. for bitch as the rain. Bitch, stay up, stay up, stay up.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't meant to do that song there at that place at all, and I just threw them all, and they were like, oh, she's doing that now. But hey, you doing all right? You can still hear everything. Hey, Nate and Chelsea. Chate and Nelsie, we call you. Chate and Nelsie. We're going to do an old one. Here, let's plug you in. Number 2.
Plug me in.
Give us a little twiddle.
Hold on. What'd you say? Yeah. Good.
Calm down, please. This is an old one. Thought I'd throw an old favorite in the middle. You are a lovely crowd. Just because I got an iPhone doesn't mean I'm not stubborn. I remember in the old days when, I went traveling all over the world. And no one could find me. It was lovely. I wrote a thing called a letter every now and then back home. I went for a year. I left in my 20s. I went all over the place. It's like an Aborigine goes on walkabout. It's lovely. You don't know where you're going. And you're finding yourself. You're finding your own gay self. You're turning up in San Fran. You don't have to tell your auntie. Find yourself before you go home. And then eventually, you move to Provincetown, and I remember having an answer machine. Do you remember answer machine? I loved that. You could be on the beach all day, not without a worry in the world, and then you'd just, go on the bike trails, and only when you came home did you find your messages with very important things. I remember I did miss a few things. I remember once, I was in France and I no one could find me, and then I could check my answer machine from France. You could put in a code, do you remember that? And my answer machine, and then I was like, oh, nothing important. And then I was swimming with the cigarette girl, and I said, have you heard of the Today Show? And she said, yes. I said, what is it? And she said, have you heard of the Tonight Show? And I said, yeah, I've heard of that. She said, it's the daytime thing. Oh, well, I had been asked if I wanted to be on the Today Show, because I had been on Putumayo Records, and I'd written back, no, because I had a gig in the Provincetown Library. I knew what was right. I wasn't going to cancel a gig. And then I remember swimming in France going, oh, shit. And they gave it to someone else, but otherwise I'd be gigantic now. Thank you. Rotary phone, how I miss you when you were mine. We took our time back in the day. You had my number waiting for me till I got home. Ha! My rotary phone. My mom, she's in the kitchen. My dad is in the yard. I can almost smell cut grass. Cups of tea right now if I try hard. And you're sitting on the table right by the candlesticks, singing out your serenade. 35126, rotary phone, yeah. How I miss you when you were mine. We took our time back in the day. You have my number waiting for me till I got home. Ha! My rotary phone. heads inside a world so disconnected to their feet. I'm stubbornly nostalgic and absolutely yearning for the days when Blackberries were just fruit. Rotary phone, yeah, how I miss you, yeah, when you were mine. We took our time back in the day. You have my number waiting for me till I got home. A rotary phone. There's nothing wrong with waiting. You'll show up eventually. I'm standing on the corner, so will you please stop texting me? I know the plane has landed. I know you'll probably be late. I'll still be sitting reading poems by the gate. My mom, she's in the kitchen. My daddy is in the yard. I can almost smell cut grass. Cups of tea right now if I try hard. And you're sitting on the table right by the candlesticks, singing out your serenade. 3, 5, 1, 2, 6. Rotary phone, sing with us. How I miss you when you were mine. When you were mine, we took our time. We took our time back in the day. Back in the day, you had my number. You had my number waiting for me, waiting for me till I got home. Oh yeah, my rotary phone. Can we have a big round of applause? This is Bitch. This is Bitch. And we are so lucky that she came in. She's going to do some more jamming soon. She has her opening night at the Post Office Cabaret across the road tomorrow. What time? Tell us.
8:30, and it's Townie night, so come one, come all.
Yeah, it's going to be great. It's so good. And she's here all summer, every Wednesday. So come and support Bitch. She rocks. Yay, Bitch. And you'll find out why she's called Bitch if you go. She explains it very well. Excuse me a moment. All right, just a few more. Let's see. Oh, and I messed you all up with the... What picture did you have up for the rain? Thanks, that's perfect. You know, when I left England when I was 23, heading off just like that on a jumbo jet to find myself, I never dreamed that a place like Provincetown existed. And I ended up eventually in San Francisco. But I remember I had my Sony Walkman with me. Do you remember those? And I had 2 cassettes, Joni Mitchell, Blue, and Joni Mitchell, Court and Spark. And I just listened and listened and listened to them. And I knew I'd looked at clouds from both sides now. Like a snowbird, and the winter flies away. I've been dreaming, I've been waiting for today. And I'm happy, 'cause I'm going all by myself to somewhere else. To somewhere else. The first page of a story just begun, on a journey through the clouds up to the sun. One-way ticket, and I'm going all by myself these days. And I believe I'm making up my mind. And I believe that strangers will be kind. Put my trust in everything I find along the way. Like a turtle follows moonlight to the sea, like the magnet of adventure pulling me. And I'm happy 'cause I'm going all by myself to somewhere else, to somewhere else, to somewhere else. Thank you. All right, let's go to my landlady. We're back to number 9. Just a few more. Are you doing all right? I'm going through the whole album, which you will all have a copy, by the way. Who can play a CD? Oh my God, it's a miracle. It's all this side of the room. Well, soon you'll be able to download it. But it's nice having a thing in your hand, you know. Anyone see where I got that? That is the Ace of Spades. Used to be the Pied Piper. You've got the sign of the Pied Piper. Well, before it was the Pied Piper, it was the Ace of Spades. And it's, for those of you who don't know, it's kind of across from, it used to be the club. I played there last year. Now it's 193 Ocean something. Yeah. That it's had many a story. Bobby Weatherby used to play there when it was the Ace of Spades. Well, this lady is Diana Henley, my old landlady, who I used to live next to Spiritus. If you're facing it, to the right of Spiritus. For 25 years I lived there. I learned the facts of life. In the garden. Every night at about 2 o'clock in the morning. But it was great, you know, it was always like, but I always would go to sleep and you would hear the buzzing of bees. It would just be like men's voices. And then it was Women's Week, it was like. But it was great that, you know, I'd be lulled to sleep. And I remember knocking on the door back in my 20s, and I heard that there was an apartment. Please, may I rent it? And she was like, yes, do come in, dear. There is an apartment there. And we got on very well. And anyway, to cut a long story short, she let me have that apartment for $500 for 25 years. So Diana Henley is the one that enabled me to make music for all my life, really, because, you know, it doesn't cost that now. So I thank her very much, and she became my dear friend. She lived in Brooklyn, and then she'd come up and she'd tell me stories about when she would arrive, and she was quite proper. She had a little Peter Pan collar, and she'd pop across the way into the Ace of Spades. And she'd be titillated immediately and rather scared. She met all sorts of people there and had adventures. And I'm like, goodness me. She said, darling, there are 2 kinds of women, dark and glowing and blonde and blazing. And I was like, do tell me more. And she's like, oh, no, dear. But, you know, and she made it to 94 or 5, and she had a great old brownstone in Brooklyn. Talk about a lot of stuff in that brownstone, and I'd visit her, and at the end she was, you know, lying in bed, and she had carers, and we went to visit, and I tried to cheer her up, and I sang her a song. And then I was looking at all her stuff, and I went upstairs, and I found a box of photos. You know, I also looked in her fridge, by the way, and there was a picture of Rachel Maddow in the... She liked her. But anyway, I came down, and I brought the box of photos, and she sat up in bed, and she like had a little glimmer, and I was like, look at these, what are these? Let's go into the past. And there were all these envelopes in the box, and it had writing on the outside, and it said like, Susan without, Claire without, Pam without. And I was like, what's this? And she went, open them. And I opened Pam without, and there was a black and white photo of a lady in the bath without. And then I opened the other one without, and inside there was a different lady in the bath without. I opened many envelopes that said without, and ladies' names, and there were many, and she had a dark room upstairs. She would take the photos, and she would... But they were all very demure. They'd be holding a glass of wine or something. But there's one lady. It's important to keep our stories going. This is yours, Diana. We were clearing the house out, and we found, she would say it was dangerous in this area. Fort Greene, it's fancy now, but then it was dangerous, and there were quite a few lesbians living there, and you needed a gun. And we found 2 guns. And had to get the police to come and unload them. And they had to Google it. Anyway. Smart, those police are. It's a Brooklyn afternoon. You're lying in your room, staring at the ceiling. The stories in your head, flying round the bed. I wonder how you're feeling. In your eyes, glimmers of the years gone by. Come on, tell me all about Veronica without. Down at the Bagatelle, all the girls looked very well. Some in your direction. She was glowing in the dark, she was throwing out a spark, and you had no objection. Valentine, back in 1959. Come on, tell me all about Veronica without. To party down on Christopher Street, go out dancing all through the night, free to be who you wanted to be, just until the morning light. Behind the closet door, there's a box upon the floor, full of photographs and letters, a top hat on a hook, a camera and a book, and a gun under your sweaters. I almost choke opening that envelope, for without a doubt, everybody, it's Veronica without. Car up and the dog, and you headed to Cape Cod, to the artists, the bohemians and queens. There were other girls like you, walking 2 by 2, and all the boys wore tight blue jeans. Summertime had you feeling mighty fine. Come on, tell me all about Olivia, Barbara, Betty, Emma, Norma Jean, Keating, Lucy, Claire and Geraldine, Rosie, Helen, Margot, Juliet, and not to forget Veronica without. She was her favorite. Veronica without. Yay! Okay, Chandler, will you come back? it's so much fun. Thank you for listening. We just got a few more for you. And I wish you all such a happy summer. You know, life's full of ups and downs, but we've got a beautiful season ahead of us. And if you are even having hard times, just remember, in the darkness, there's always light. I promise you. I promise you. There's a lovely quote. I was just down on the Herring Cove. I've been watching the sunset a lot. It's just gorgeous. And Einstein said, I like to think that the moon is there even if I am not looking at it. It's true, it's always there. It's like Chandler's always there. Even if you're not looking at him, you can rest assured that he is there. When times get dark and you've lost your spark, please remember, you'll always have the moon. You may not see it in the sky, but remember, you'll always have the moon. So don't despair. If it's not there, it'll shine on through. Oh, look over your shoulder in an hour or two and hold on tight. It's gonna be alright. Please remember, you'll always have the moon. We were meant to have a trumpet player at this moment, but I'll just fill in. Scuba da baby, stop, stop, wah wah, wah 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 wah. Scoodly da babble did da do da, stop open babble do ba da boy, da da do da 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 da. Give up the Chandler. So don't despair. Dry your eyes, look up at the skies. Shine on through. Oh, look over her shoulder and she'll be there. And hold on tight. Could you sway? It's gonna be alright. Please remember, you'll always have the moon. Yes, you will. Remember, you'll always have the moon. Stop up, baby. Stop up, baby. For the cigarette girl. And also I want to have, he's the masked bandit here. This is Liam Hogg on the drums. Give it up for Liam. This is Kate Wolf. We love her. We have 2 more songs for you. Parker, come back and do this one with me. Do-do-do-do. This is a baritone ukulele. I don't really play it, but I was just hovering around at home, twiddling around, and I wrote this song. It's on the album. Can you switch the recorder mic up a teeny bit? Can you hear it? Well, I think you switched the wrong one. You switched this one up. I mean, this one here. Sorry, mate. This is Kevin on sound. He's just fabulous. Thank you, Kevin. All right, there. You know, where we live, we're very lucky because we have got, well, I mean, we're very lucky to be here in Provincetown. 90% national seashore. You know, we've got like coyotes that are wandering around. They're beautiful. Naughty squirrels, frogs, I'm going on an amphibian night walk. I'm very excited. But anyway, sometimes it's crazy on Commercial Street, and it's really nice just to go and sit in nature. And we are lucky enough for the last 5-10 years to have had a family of screech owls make a nest in a tree in our garden. And sometimes, especially in June, I just, I watch them. It's like National Geographic. They're flying around the garden, they're teaching the babies, we have a pond, they're teaching them how to catch frogs. So it could be like teeming on Commercial Street. And then I just go home and I get addicted to watching them. Let's have a little screech owl. They don't hoot, they whinny. Calms me down. Screech owl, won't you sing a song to me? Screech owl, won't you sing your song to me? Got a list of things to do all day, but all I want to do is stay right here, where the world is still. The party people will have to wait, hide away, close the gate, in the land of flutter and trill, a flutter and trill. Screech owl, sing your song to me. Screech owl, won't you sing your song to me? Give it up for Parker. Got one eye open as you rest, to guard the babies in the nest of a trunk of a hollow tree. There's magic in the atmosphere, telephone is nowhere near. This is where I wanna be, it's where I wanna be. Screech owl, won't you sing your song to me? Screech owl, won't you sing your song to me? Give it up for Parker. Just beautiful playing, beautiful. All right, we've come to the end of the show. We have one left. Everyone, come back on stage. I have a lot of thank yous. I have to thank Kevin again on sound. He's just started here. Sound and everything else. The lovely bartenders, whose name I've forgotten, but you're lovely. Thank you. What's your name? What is? Madeline. Madeline. Thank you, Madeline. And to Janet and Alan for the Red Room. I'll be playing here again. For the speakeasy, we have 2 1920s speakeasies with all sorts of special guests. We take it's like Showgirls, but it's 1920s. So spread the word and look at zoelewis.com for the shows. And please, thank you so much. You have a CD on the way out. If you bought a ticket, please go and see the Cigarette Girl on the way out. And without much further ado, can I have a round of applause for the band? Give it up for Liam on the drums. Give it up for Tom on the accordion. Kate on the bass. Roxanne on the recorder. Parker over here on the cello. Bitch over here on the violin. And the incredible Chandler Travis, king of the world. This last song is, we wrote it, I wrote it after the pandemic. We had a show through our window, Zoë Lewis and the Social Distancers. We had probably 100 social distancing shows, virtual shows that we put on, and we didn't let anyone in the house. They all stood outside the window. So it was very fun. It kept us going. Roxanne played practically everyone. She got blown across the garden. She got rained on. She got snowed on. And we had drag queens. We had Liberace through the window. We had ballerinas. The Cigarette Girl was running around with all the props. And I would see my eyelash lady and tell her about them. And she's like, I don't know what it is you're doing, darling. Virtual show. I would socially distance with her. And she's like, but just keep on going. You've got to just keep on going. Don't let this pandemic get you down. Keep on going. Keep on singing, making music. Because, life is too short, even if you make it to 101. So I leave you with that. She would say, don't blink or you'll miss it. And this one's called Blink. There's a drag queen in my kitchen. There's a feather in my tea. There's a trombone through my window, serenading me. And I'm missing our connection. May I sing you a song? We better dance in the rain, my friends, for the show must go on. And if you're feeling all alone, know the world is here with you. Because life is full of punches. It's much shorter than we think. So be careful you don't miss it if you blink. Everybody sing da 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 da. One more time. Da 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 da. Ballerinas in the garden, she's pirouetting with the moon. And Liberace's getting ready for a tickle and a tune. And the Cigarette Girl hurries with her props upon a plate. In a time of destruction, let's create. And if you're feeling all alone, I know the world is here with you. Because life is full of punches. It's much shorter than we think. So be careful you don't miss it if you blink. Everybody! Da, 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 Tom on the accordion! Come on, bitch, bitch. Give it up for bitch! the smile behind your mask. Every day is so hard to breathe. Switch on your screen and dare to dream along with us in our land of belief. There's a Russian paper theater, and there's a heart upon a stick, and there's a bay lady from Cuba, and there's a burlesque kick. We giggle just like schoolgirls to every lamb chop joke, because laughter is the medicine and music is the hope. Yeah. And if you're feeling all alone, know the world is here with you. 'Cause life is full of punches, it's much shorter than we think. Be careful you don't miss it if you blink. Everybody! One more time! Don't blink. Thank you very much! Yay! Give it up to We love you! Thank you so much! Give it up one more time! Paige, Parker, Chandler, Roxanne, Liam, Kate, and Tom. Thank you so much. Stick around, we're gonna have a party! Would you like one more song? All right, let's go to Mexico! Hey! It's Sunday morning, sound of bells, dogs are barking, the bacon smells. Time to make coffee, sweet and strong, singing and dancing the whole night long. That bottle of tequila went down nice, it tasted so good, we drank it twice. I know I should remember, but I cannot. The stars were swinging and the moon was hot. Yes, a little bit of chili, a little bit of lime, salt on the rim in a little bit of time. We're gonna feel happy, gonna feel fine. We're gonna feel very, very, very fine. Can it go? Ba 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 ba. On the Playa Los Muertos there's quite a crowd. All the mariachis are getting loud. Turn up your radio, jump in the sea, come and have a swim with humanity. There's a tiny baby, a shrimp on a stick, a toy chihuahua sneaking a lick. Agua fresca, homemade flan. Here comes my friend, the donut man. Yes, a little bit of chili, a little bit of lime, salt on the rim and a little bit of thyme. We're gonna feel happy, gonna feel fine. We're gonna feel very, very, very fine. Can it go? Ba 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 ba. Come on, Roxanne, one more time for Roxanne. We'll make a solo all night. Give it up! Far away from town, snow is falling down. So say salut, salut to the sun, for we're the lucky ones. we're the lucky ones. There's a pelican diving for a fish in its chopstick beak. Is a tasty dish if a bocadillo is your desire. You're gonna get a dose of red hot fire, 'cause the chili in the tacos, chili in the chips, chili in the mangoes, chili in the lips, chili in the oysters, chili in the rice. Life is much better with extra spice. Just a little bit of chili, a little bit of lime, salt on the rim and a little bit of thyme. We're gonna feel happy, gonna feel fine. We're gonna feel very, very fine. Can it go? Gracias! Thank you so much. Go and get your CD and stick around and we'll have a party. Love you. Thank you very much. Happy summer! Love you, P-Town. Thank you.